Breaking down Estacado sports. This is the Matador Fan Zone podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back into the high school fan zone on a Monday night. We are going to stick with the track and field theme because it's area meet week. We're going to jump into the Matador fan zone. Reminder, Monday nights are LISD nights, so we started with Coronado. We go Estacado next, then Lubbock High, then Monterey. That's every Monday night, 6 to 7:30 p.m. I am joined now for the Matador fan zone by, am I right, first-year coach
yes,
Reginald Davis?
First-year coach Reginald Davis.
I need to get some bio on you because are you a Lubbock guy?
I'm not. I'm from East Texas, but I played football at Texas Tech.
Okay, that's right. I knew there were some connections. I've been gone. I covered LSU while you guys were playing at Texas Tech, so I got unfamiliar with the guys. East Texas, where at?
Tunnehall, Texas.
All right. Had to drive through all those towns coming from Baton Rouge back here for visit. So, and I'm joined by James Bozeman, who's, if you've paid attention to Estacado the last several years, his name's not going to be unfamiliar to you because Cedric Ross is on his way. And you guys are going to have to tell Bobby that Cedric was late because Bobby's never late when he shows up.
Oh, Bobby the one picked him up.
Well, he may have broken that then. So now Coach Ward made sure that he wasn't late, so that may be what it was. You guys, James, you guys are trying to make a third straight trip to Austin for the state track meet.
Yes, sir.
You're in the area meet. You guys... You're in both the 4x100 and 4x200 in area. 4x2 is kind of your baby, though, right?
Yes, sir.
That's been your specialty.
Yes, sir.
And I mentioned this, and you kind of looked at me. Liberty's kind of the new kid on the block, and they pushed you a little bit at the district meet. They're going to see you're going to see him this week. Mm-hmm. Pretty good chance you'll see him again next week. Fair enough. You guys haven't had somebody nipping at your heels before. Now you got somebody who's right there with you. How much does that kind of burn your belly to get you going even faster?
Well, it burns my belly just a little bit. Just know that we got somebody that can run with us.
Were you surprised that they were able to go with you?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes that's not the worst thing. Reginald, you were a college athlete. You know that sometimes when the unexpected or the unforeseen kind of happens, that can be the kind of motivation that gets an athlete going.
Yes, sir. It make you work a little harder.
Have you seen that with these guys since?
Oh, yeah. They've been locked in. They know it's area. Then we got regional. So, I mean, they showing up to practice. They attacking the workout. So, just looking forward to the future.
Now, was that the first time you guys ran with Liberty at a meet this year?
I believe so.
Okay. So, it's a little bit of the unknown, but now it's the known.
Yes, sir.
What do you guys have to do besides what Coach said, besides work hard this week and kind of get locked in? What do you have to – is there – track and field is different. You can prepare. But you just have to run faster. It sounds pretty simple.
Yes, sir. We just gotta, just stay focused. Just do a lot of stretching so we don't get hurt. And that's really it. Just gotta stay focused.
Yeah, because he was just sitting here, and I can't think if I've gone. Alan Gant was just talking about how this meet you want to make sure you qualify, but you also want to be careful. Because he's a good example of that. I think last year at either area or regional, he popped a hamstring in a prelim race. As a coach, you don't want your guys doing that yet. You want them to run what they can, knowing that there's still tomorrow if they take care of business this week.
Yes, sir. That's the main plan. Because I mean, we don't want to. I don't want to say give it our all, but I mean, when they step on the track, they try to give it their all anyway. I can tell them go 75%, but they still gonna run. So, I mean, but really, we just want to qualify for regionals and then go and attack.
You're new to them. They're not new to this. And I've asked Eric Ward this a couple times when he got to Estacado. You guys got here late. We've talked about that all football season. You guys had to kind of learn on the run. What have you learned about these guys in track season that you maybe didn't even see in football season?
Well, just being around them and training them and going through the workouts. I mean, they really love the sport of track. Like, they are locked in on track. When it's track season, it's track season. And
you're a Texas kid. When you know that this quartet has qualified for state 2 years in a row, and that in a relay, it's great to go in an individual event. But to me, the essence of track are the relays.
Yes.
What's that tell you about their personality?
They can run for sure.
Yes.
They all on the same page because I mean they got the same guys they've been going to state with, so they got that going for themselves. So, I mean, I didn't change a lot. I just kind of tune the little things here, but at the end of the day, it's on them. They run and they get it done.
They're still young.
Yeah, still young.
They've got a chance to do some pretty historic stuff here. So we're going to come back after the break and talk more Matador track on the High School Fan Zone. I'm Randy Rosetta. This is 100.7 The Score, and this is the High School Fan Zone. We'll be back on a Monday night.
Diving headfirst into Estacado athletics. You're listening to the Matador Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 The Score mobile app.
Welcome back to the second segment of the Matador Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score. We're talking Estacado track, but I'm going to detour here because we live in Texas and football's king in Texas. You guys probably would both vouch for that. Talking to him, I was just getting Reginald's bio here. Who are those three quarterbacks that threw you the ball at Texas Tech?
So I played with Baker Mayfield, then I got Davis Webb, then finished out with Pat Mahomes.
It's three pretty good dudes.
Oh, yeah.
Have you met any of those guys? The coach has gotten you to meet any of those guys yet?
Not yet.
When you hear that, Coach, this is a young coach, so you can't look at him and think he's a real old dude, but when him and Coach Ward talk about playing with those guys, does that get your attention a little bit?
Yeah, it gets my attention because they've been through it and they know what they be doing.
See, if I start talking to you about guys that I went to college with, I'm old enough where you would have any idea who they were. So we'll switch back to track now. I could literally talk football all night long with you guys because, James, just to make sure people know, you're one of those backs, one of those guys that gets a ball in his hands that terrifies defenses in football too.
Yes, sir.
When Coach would send me the stats, I'd be curious to see what defensive game plans are like getting ready for these guys because it can't be much fun.
Yeah, it's hard to prepare for that.
It's going to be a little bit different now. Cedric's going to be back, but the big dog's not going to be there. So some of you guys may get the ball a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
Because you were running back, correct?
Yes, sir.
You were kind of the lightning to Bobby's thunder.
Basically.
Now there's just going to be lightning all over the field, which kind of gets us back to track. 4x200 has been your thing. Is this quartet, this five guys, because there's one different guy in each of the two relays, do you feel confident you could qualify for regional in both events?
Oh, 100%. Yes, sir.
What's it going to take on Friday? Because you guys Friday are at
We'll be in Abilene.
Shotwell or no, ACU?
Well, it's Abilene,
Yeah.
So Abilene, ACU.
I think it's at Abilene Christian, which is a great venue for sport. I think you guys, did you play there in a football game, playoff game?
I believe so.
If not this year, 2 years ago you did. What's it going to take Friday for you guys to be sitting here next Monday talking about the season?
So basically, we just gotta just stay focused, get the baton around, and just make sure we cross the line, make top four.
Since you brought that up, if I remember right, there was one event last year that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't qualify in the 100 because of did you drop a baton? Somebody dropped a baton?
I believe.
Or am I dreaming that up?
Yeah, I think you're dreaming that.
That's possible.
We just ain't qualified.
Make stuff up. So, are you qualified at any individual events?
Yes, sir. The 200.
Okay, so you know your way around half the track pretty well.
Yes, sir.
What about Cedric? What's he qualified in as well?
The 100-meter dash.
Okay, so you have the sprints kind of covered.
Yes, sir.
You know what you're doing. Yeah, I alluded to this before we went to break, Reginald. When you walk in and you inherit guys, you get to know them. You got to know them in football a little bit, but like you've said a couple times, it's been a little bit different in track. There's a little bit. You have to have a little bit different personality, and that not liking to lose thing. Obviously, it helps in football, but in track, it's a little bit different because it's more
individualized. So in track, you got to show up and you got to give you 100% every time you step on the track. That's the difference. You can see players in football, they can go 70, 80%, and it don't show. But in track, where you got to run your heat, your lane against that guy next to you, you got to give it your all. So you got to dig deep.
So we talked about you guys putting the camera on Coach Davis and Coach Young and Coach Ward in football, going one-on-one. Have y'all tried to race against Coach Reginald?
Nah, not yet. It haven't been a time to just race him yet, but.
What's your prediction on that? If and when that happens, does he still have some hops?
I mean, he still got something in him, but
he was a D1 college receiver. He had to have been doing something right.
I told him I'm gonna beat him after the season.
Yeah, because you don't want to pull a hamstring.
Yeah, I gotta stretch a little bit more.
You want to be able to motivate him as long as you can. Now, Eric claims he still got the same speed he had back then.
Is that what he said?
He said, look, Eric, if you're watching, that's not me laughing. So,
oh boy,
there you go. You guys, did you get to Texas Tech together?
So he came. So I only played 2 years with him.
Okay.
So I came and we played. I redshirted 1 year and then we was on the field at the same time.
Okay. So you probably had some foot races somewhere along the line, official or unofficial. Cedric's not here, so we can't get him to give us his thoughts. But what makes him special? You obviously you know him in both sports. What makes him special? Why? He's got a big brother that's probably motivated him along the way. But what makes him special on the track?
It's just like he just stays focused and just stays locked in and just give us his all.
How do you push him?
I push him by just making sure he's all right and telling him don't give up and just. Well, I be pushing him sometimes on the track too.
Every time I ask somebody who's the fastest guy at Estacado, they say Cedric first, but then they say Bozeman is pretty close, so it can't be that far apart.
Well, we said like he's faster than me in the 100 and I'm faster than him in the 200. So that's how we just been doing it.
And I stopped asking Bobby because Bobby said, I mean, Bobby's fast. Don't get me wrong. And if I were your age, I wouldn't want to get in front of him.
Nah.
On the football field especially. But Bobby's just one big muscle by now. From the time I met him when he was 14, he's been in a man's body, and he knows how to use it now. He hasn't decided where he's going yet, correct? Football-wise? No, somebody's going to get a very powerful athlete.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Whoever that winds up being. Donovan, I don't know if Donovan has the same level of speed of you guys, but when Coach was talking about the refusal to lose and that grit and that attitude, just getting to know Donovan and watching him in football, it seems like he maybe brings that to you guys.
Yes, sir, he does. He's different. He just makes sure everything is good and just make sure everybody doing right.
You're going to be ready to run Friday. Here comes Cedric's coming in right at the very. He's going to get to show his face, and then we're going to have to cut away. Come here and smile at least, Cedric. We're going to have to get. Now you guys have to go and qualify in a couple of events so we can get you back in to talk so Cedric can get his airtime. How's it going, buddy?
Good. How about you?
We said nice things about you, I promise. Okay. I even mentioned how I stopped asking Bobby about the foot race between the brothers because he's kind of waved the white flag a little bit.
Yeah.
That's all right. Younger brothers can be fast once in a while. So this is Cedric Ross. He doesn't get to say much tonight, but we're going to get him back. That's been the Matador Fan Zone. Their area meet is Friday at ACU. Top 4 advance to regionals. We'll be back after the break in the Westerner Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score.